What's going on? It's your boy Wayne Breezy. Welcome to Breeze All About It.
There's an old newspaper superstition.
Read all about it. Breeze all about it. 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 Read all about it. What's good, everybody? Hey, welcome to Breeze All About It, episode number 1. This is AmeriKa. Let's go ahead and get down to it, man. We're going to get this cracking. Stuff is going down here, man. Whew. Land of the free, home of the brave. I don't know, but it's cray-cray right now. I'm going to go ahead and kick off these formalities real quick. And then after that, we're going to dig into some of this episode real quick for you. Listen, if you're on Facebook, make sure you go ahead and like and follow on Facebook. The link is down there in the description below. If you're listening to us on the podcast, that's www.facebook.com/STB Networks. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at STB Networks. Make sure if you're on YouTube, the one and only, the legendary, the greater YouTube, subscribe to us on the YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/shoot the breeze network, so you never miss another episode. This is one of the first episodes of Breeze All About It. We are kicking off something new. It's going to be me, your boy Breezy. While you're there on YouTube, make sure you do me a favor, smash that like button and leave a comment. I like to talk to people, so make sure you go ahead and leave a comment. I promise I'll listen. And to all my listeners who like to listen, make sure you go to anchor.fm/shoot the breeze podcast. We're on Spotify. We're on Stitcher. We're on Breaker, Google Podcast, Castbox, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and my fave, Apple Podcasts. So make sure while you're there, you subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts and leave those 5 stars. And to anybody that wants to reach out to me, make sure you shoot me an email. That's shootthebreezepodtv@gmail.com. You know what time it is. Let's go ahead and get this show crack-a-lackin'. This is AmeriKa. Look, what is going on here? You know, I don't even know where to start. You know, former President Trump, well, he's still president right now, is about to be, kicked out or whatever. Not kicked out, but he's about to be done. His term is over, and the new president should be voted in, inaugurated really soon, this month to be exact. And some things are going down. So on yesterday, January 6th, President Trump has this rally. Well, the people have a rally. They were recounting the votes or the electoral votes or whatever. And President Trump was demanding the recount those numbers. Those numbers aren't correct. There's no way I'm losing by this many votes. Well, he is. And President Trump, if you're watching, you are. And you've lost the race. Now, they have a rally. And some things go down at this rally. Now, I want to discuss some of the things that go down at the rally. I want to talk a little bit about why the things went down at the rally. But just go ahead and kick it off like this, man. Look, man, you got some protesters that decided to storm the Capitol building. And when I say storm, I mean, look, I've never seen people climb up the Capitol building. Now, why not just walk up the stairs? I don't know. They decided to say, hey, I'm going to climb the wall. I'm going to get up there somehow, some way. I'm going to get in this building. And I'm saying, how is this even possible? Isn't COVID still going on? What happened to COVID? Is it done? Wait, let me just check this again. Are people even wearing masks? I'm not even looking at masks. It's like, what is really happening here in America? Well, we all know some things go down, and there's some things that people are scared to talk about, but your boy Breezy is not. And that's why I'm here bringing you this episode. And no, every episode is not going to be about politics, not really a political type of person. I vote, I do my thing in America, and I keep it moving, trying to support my family. And I'm hoping that you guys do the same thing out there. But I'm trying to figure out, how did this initiate? And if I'm not mistaken, it all started behind President Donald Trump. Donald Trump said these words: we're going to march down to the Capitol. You'll never take back our country with weakness. We'll have to show the strength. Donald Trump. And then after that, you saw people storming the building with guns. I mean, people were like, they were fighting with the police. How is it that there weren't enough guards or enough police officers there to stop these people? I'm trying to figure it out. Like I'm confused. And then that's what we want to talk about. All right. So if you don't know what happened, I'm going to go ahead and read to you from CNN politics. Why does CNN have their own politics? Aren't they all politics anyway? Who knows? Anyway, the U.S. Capitol building is once again secured. So the Capitol building has been secured. Currently, this is a current article, right? So the Capitol building has been secured. All right. But 4 people did die, and one of them was a woman, former, I believe she was a U.S. Air Force. She was a vet. She did die in the process of what was going on with the rioting and things like that. But shortly after 1 p.m. Wednesday, hundreds of Trump protesters pushed through the barriers. Now, I saw some videos and I saw some pictures where the barriers were like let open. Some were pushed and some were let open. Now, you had people dressed up as disguised as cops and things like that. Who knows what really went down? All I know is the Capitol building was bum rushed, as my man Buster Boss would say, right? It was bum rushed, but it was bum rushed with people with weapons. It wasn't just like the people kind of like just said, kick over the fence. I'm coming in. We're going to make them recount. We demand a count, blah, 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 all this good stuff. Now that you have people with some weapons, and I'm not talking 9mm pistols. I'm talking semi-automatic rifles and things like that. All right. Now, Capitol building was rushed. People were tussled with officers in full riot gear. Officers were in full riot gear. They knew something was about to go down. Once Trump said those words, it was all hell breaking loose right there in the U.S. Capitol, man. And so 90 minutes later, police demonstrators got into the building. And they locked the doors. The House, the Senate was locked. Obviously, they had to stop counting. So the counting had to stop. They were counting the electoral college votes and all that because, the president was demanding a recount. Vice president was in there as well. He was the person doing the recounting and things like that. Shortly after, the House floor was evacuated by police. Vice President Mike Pence was also evacuated from the chamber, right, where he was to perform his role in the counting of the electoral college votes. Okay. An armed standoff took place at the House front door around 3 p.m. I'm going to read that again. An armed standoff. Why is this happening? This is America. Like how is this possible? Like, how are we allowing this to go down? I mean, it's happening in the buildings, All right, anyway, we're going to get back to that. And police officers had their guns drawn at someone who was trying to breach it. A Trump supporter was also pictured standing at the Senate. Earlier in that afternoon, a woman who was yet to be identified at the time died after being shot in the chest on Capitol grounds. DC police confirmed to CNN. All right, so this is shout out to CNN. 1 adult female and 2 adult males appeared to have suffered also from several medical emergencies, which resulted in their deaths. Now, I'm just saying, I don't advocate violence. I don't advocate people dying. I do want to mourn people that have gone, up into that cool room that's in the movie Soul. But this is crazy. Why are we fighting and rioting over stuff that's really not in our control? Now, I'm all good for the protests. Get what I'm saying? I'm all good for protests. But aren't protests supposed to be peaceful? Isn't that in the Constitution? Doesn't the president uphold the Constitution? I mean, what did Donald Trump really think was going to happen when he pretty much, in his words, gave the green light? Give me the green light. He gave the green light for his people to protest and storm the Capitol building just because he was, he was a little upset that the numbers were really, really, really lopsided. Really, really lopsided. Now, let's talk about the amount of people that they had here. Now, Mike Pence did order or release the National Guards, because President Trump, who was supposed to be the commander-in-chief, if I'm not mistaken, decided to not have a large amount of National Guards here because he didn't felt that they were needed, right? But then Mike Pence went behind him and ordered the National Guards to come in clearly after the stuff took place. So 4 people had to lose their lives due to President Trump's idiocracy. That's what I'm gonna call it, because it is what it is. Again, I'm all for the peaceful protest, but this was clearly not peaceful. And that's another question. Donnie says, well, did he really? Did he really? Who knows? Let's just talk about this. Let's just put this in black and white, right? We've seen recently when people of color, people of different color, they protest, they do these things. There's billions of police officers, National Guards, Army, you name it. Everybody's there to kind of like keep stuff under control. Yet, at this rally, for hundreds of people, it is what it is. And then it resulted in 4 deaths. Like 4 people had to lose their lives, man. It's really tough for me to talk about political things because it's not really something I like to really dig and dive into. But this is America. Like, this is America. And I'm sitting here saying, we talk about other countries. We talk about the wars that go on over in the motherland. We talk about the wars that go on in the native land. We talk about all these wars, people fighting over religion, people fighting over land and territory, money, all those different types of things. And right here in my home, my backyard, 6 hours down I-95, I got to worry about people attacking a building. What if my class was there? What if I was on a field trip with my students? I know we wouldn't be because of COVID, but what if there was no COVID? And what if I was on a field trip? And what if my students happened to be, and myself happened to be in that Capitol building at this time? Like, come on. I don't think people are really using their brain cells. I think their brain cells are pretty much are gone, because this is really crazy. And I'm saying to myself, something has got to give. How do we make America better? Not great, but better again. How do we make America better again? America used to be so cool. My man Donnie says something important. He says, look, this is all orchestrated. Our government is playing on the racial divide and is using people's fury to gain votes. I don't disagree with this. I get that there's a game plan. I totally understand the conspiracy and what's happening. But as people, we need to be wise. We need to be more smart. And we need to think. All we can do as a country, as people in this country, is to get on our knees and pray. Because there's no one else that can kind of like withstand or handle some of the things that are going on. I want America to be better. It's not about being great. It's about being better. I know y'all probably giving me a look because I got on the red hat. First of all, I want to make sure that this hat doesn't say Make America Great Again. This is my red 49ers hat. I love red. I love the 49ers. That's my color. But I'm wearing this hat because it's representing the bloodshed that's being shed in this country. And at some point, we need to stop it. You got a lot of artists out here protesting. You got the NBA players and the NFL players and all these different players that are trying to use their platforms to bring awareness, just to make awareness of what's going down. I know we all get on Colin Kaepernick for taking the knee, and we try to say that it was about a flag when it clearly wasn't about disrespecting the flag. But I'm hoping people can open up their eyes to understand why players, why athletes, actors, actresses, people with more influence than me, people with more influence than you are out there trying to do something to make you aware of what's going on. That's why this podcast is here, just to make you aware of what's going on. I'm a little bit frustrated. So if I say I sound animated, it is what it is. You're going to have to take it with a grain of salt. I'm not even going to be here before you long. I'm going to keep this preacher hour to 20 minutes every episode because that's how I like to rock. But we got to make America great again, man. I still can't believe that the things that are going down in this country, slavery, racism, and all the other isms that are trying to uproar and out of nowhere. But this one right here, it needs to be put to bed, and it's going to take us. It's going to take people. It's going to take us talking about it. It's going to take us trying to just figure out some things. How are we going to come together? I remember at 2 years old, I didn't know what race was. I didn't see black or white, even if I did see color, but I never saw it as color. I remember my mama allowing me to go down. We were on the New Haven Green, where they have big concerts every summer. And I'm just going around talking to people in 2-year-old language, and people just embracing me and eating people's food, and didn't matter who they were. That's how safe it seemed to be back in the 80s before the crack cocaine. And then we have these issues. Never mind the drug issues, never mind all the other issues. We're still struggling right here with a guy who just can't take a loss for a loss. I don't like to lose, but when I lose, it only makes me better. It only makes me stronger. It only makes me wiser. It makes me go back and research and study more, study harder to figure out how to be better. How do I succeed? Well, I need to put in the work. Former President Trump, because he's clearly the news today, because we're going to talk a little bit about the news today. He's been voted out. We saw that with the election. But the numbers, the recounts have been in, and it is what it is. And I don't know why there's such a divide between the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, and all the other parties out there. But we're gonna have to try to figure out a way. And I don't know what it is that I need to do, but I have a young son and I have an older son, and I fear for all of them. Had they been at this, let's just say they were supporters of Trump supporters, and they've been here, I'm sure they would have been shot and killed. It's just the way it is. It's the way of the world and America. And that's why we got to figure out a way to put an end to all of this, to make the police officers feel comfortable, to make the citizens feel comfortable. This shouldn't be a divide. Why is there a division? There's a division in everything. Now, all of a sudden, police officers want to preach about being black and blue officers and support that. And this, after I just watched a police officer literally murder a guy on live camera, and they want support. That doesn't make sense. But that doesn't mean all police officers are negative or bad or whatever. I'm just saying, we're all divided. And it all started. The division started the moment this particular guy took office. The division, you can call it racism. I'm going to call it division. D-I-vision. That's all it is. We're all divided. He took us and divided us amongst ourselves. He's making people go against people, color go against color, race go against race. You name it. Division. At some point, we're going to have to figure out and put an end to what's going on. But it's a new dawn. It's a new day. And right here, you can see Vice President Mike Pence putting in the votes, doing the recounts for the votes to those that are listening. And it is what it is. It's going to go down. We will be inaugurating the new president very soon, very shortly here in January. I do want to read a couple of things. Confirmed votes for Biden passed the required 270 mark in the early hours of Thursday morning. So that's today. That's current. President Trump has said he disagrees with the result, but has committed to an orderly transition on January 20th, when that is the inauguration date. Here's the thing, though, about Mr. Trump. And I'm trying to figure out now, he did warn us. He did say he was going to go out with a bang. He did say that. I think after the holidays, we just got kind of thrown off, and the bang bang happened right here yesterday on January 6th. Now he's recanting his statement, saying he didn't tell people to do this. He didn't tell people to do that. All right, Mr. Trump. But he is saying that he will, bow down, so he says, and not put up a fight anymore and walk away as a former vice president of the United States. And we will be inaugurating a new president of the United States on January 20th. So this is good news. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. But overall, this is America. And at some point, we as the common people, we have to continue to speak up. We have to continue to talk about what's bothering us. My mama always said, there's no silly or wrong or dumb question. And if you need to get something off your chest, please do it. You don't want that stuff building up and piling up and turning it into negative energy. All right. And we need to sit here and get this stuff out. And I promise to do it on a way to where I'm nowhere disrespectful to anybody or whatever it is that they believe in. But I'm going to speak my piece because my name is Wayne, aka Breezy, and you best to recognize. Listen, thank y'all so much for tuning in to episode 1 of Breeze All About It. I truly appreciate each and every one of you that are watching live. And to those that are going to be listening to the podcast, please give this a like. Please give this a subscribe. I love each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next episode. Who knows when it's going to be? It could be later on today. But right now, I'm feeling it. Thank you for tuning in to Breeze All About It with your boy Breezy. We out. Peace.
There's an old newspaper superstition.
Extra, extra, real